Fanny was nerfed again. The damage to her first and third skill were reduced. Let's see what effect this will have in a gameplay. Since her damage is reduced, we're gonna use this emblem to maximize damage. Okay, first test. How much will this nerf affect Fanny in her early game potential? Let's find out. Well, she still deals a lot of damage in early game, so don't show this video to Moontoon or else they're gonna nerf her again. Here, Rafaela was blockading by the river, but when she started to move to mid lane, I know that we can invade safely the purple buff. Okay, this is what happens when you turn off your brain for a second. Alright, after ganking, immediately go to farming again in your jungle. For the items, we started with the knife, fury hammer, tough boots, and then eventually the sky piercer because we have early game momentum. So far, we haven't felt the nerf on Fanny's first skill. Let's see how it goes later on when we use the ultimate skill and in the late game. And this Uranus is harassing Gusion. So far, we're almost double the farm of the enemy jungler, but it's not time to relax. We need to put the pressure more. Invading like this relentlessly would inflict psychological damage to Gusion. Even though he secured a red buff here, he will always worry about invades later on. Whoa, there's 4 heroes here. We better run. It's unfortunate that they took out 3 of our allies at top lane, so I'm pretty sure that they're gonna go for the turtle next, and it would be hard for us to contest since we don't have retribution. So while they're taking the turtle, we're gonna look for something to get in exchange for that. We can take the tower, gank at the opposite side, or in this case, invade the jungle. So if it's inevitable for an enemy team to get something in one side of the map, then look for something to trade for in the other side of the map. Actually, that's a pretty nice trade as it puts our marksman way ahead of the enemy marksman. Alright, now we have the Sky Piercer and we're approaching mid-game, and let's see how this nerf would affect Fanny's damage in teamfights. Oh, that Petrify from Kadita and heal from Rafaela is clutch though. We're not gonna chase as Kadita's ult will restore her HP. Look at this, that engagement was just a few seconds ago and she's already full in HP. Okay, now let's test again Fanny's damage here. As you can see, Fanny's burst damage is still insane. I just stayed too long under the tower there and got killed by the turret. Okay, the next item would be the Blade of Heptases. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm rushing towards the purple buff here, hoping to get there in time and invade, but unfortunately Gusion already secured it for himself, so we're just gonna get this Lethal Wonder and engage once we have it. That Kadita is pretty much dead by my teammates, so I'm gonna go for another target, which is Pretty Boy Gusion. And with that encounter, we secured the turtle. We then grab some kills and then the orange buff. Now this is the reason why when you missed a series of cables, just back out, don't chase any further. Here I went in too deep, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. I don't even know how I survived there. Alright, we definitely need some anti-heal, so the next item would be the Sea Halberd. Alright, there are 4 enemies here, so it's not good to stay. We're just gonna give the purple buff to Gusion. This Kadita though, she's very hard to kill, even though I made sure to put 2 prey marks on her so that the ultimate damage would be big. It's still not enough. At this point, I'm not sure if that's because of the nerf on Fanny's ult damage or Kadita's just too mobile, because after ulting, I wasn't able to hit her with the first kill. This Ruby is so annoying, and she even got our Beatrix. Okay, for the next item, it's either gonna be a defensive item or sustain, and I choose War Axe. Okay, I'm not gonna chase that Rafaela. Instead, I wanna go push mid and then go to the enemy purple to invade. Well, at this point in the game, Fanny's damage still holds up, even though there's a nerf on her first skill and her ultimate skill. Now, here's a lesson to never underestimate Ruby or any enemies for that matter, even though they're low in health. There's a team fight going on at mid, so we're gonna take the purple buff first, and while we're doing that, we're gonna queue up the next item, the Oracle. It's just for a little bit of magic and physical defense, and at the same time increasing survivability with more Spell Vamp. Alright, so far Fanny's damage in the late game is still very good, even with the nerf on her skills. Ooh, great dodge by Kadita there. Now I'm convinced that it's not the nerf on Fanny's ult that makes it hard to kill Kadita, it's just her mobility, and Kadita's player himself is good at dodging. And here's the biggest mistake of the game. I didn't put on a prey mark on carry before ulting, and then I step inside the turret's range. But the minions pushed all the way to victory. If you want to learn and master Fanny, I made this ultimate Fanny guide just for you to help you become pro. So click the link and see you there.